Hi everybody, it's Em from DIYM, and we're going to be talking about the Scratch and Sniff stickers and the conclusion of that. So we'll just do that right after this. Okay, I finished the Scratch and Sniff stickers. I know you can just easily buy Scratch and Sniff stickers and they're super cheap on, I don't know, Amazon, AliExpress, I'm sure Temu or whatever the heck it's called. All these places, I'm sure you can buy those no problem, and they're gonna be a lot cheaper. So this craft is not for somebody who wants to do something really inexpensive. I just happen to have a lot of the stuff already in my art stash. There's obviously a few things that I purchased, and I purchased it just to finish this whole thing off. But yeah, it was a lot of trial and error, so hopefully you guys take a lot of the tips, at least from both the videos, and it goes a lot more smoothly for you. I just didn't have a lot of references, I feel. I didn't see a ton of videos with people doing this sort of craft. Again, probably because it's not exactly inexpensive. I thought that it'd be really good to try to do anyways. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun coming up with my own designs, and I feel like a lot of the sayings were already popular or weren't too unique. But if you guys have like a really good idea that you want to do that you couldn't find out there, it's nice to just know how to customize your own thing, right? Anyways, I don't want this video to be super long, so I'm just going to stop here and then you'll see me again at the end of the video. Okay, on to the video. It's a lot more professional than before. I just wanted to show you the stuff that came in the mail. Super excited about this. I got this from stickeru.com. You can get this from whatever company you like. There's lots of different companies out there that are online that specialize in making stickers. There's a ton out there. I don't want to list all of them. I would say do your research because somebody might be closer to you. Somebody might have a better price for you depending on where you live. There's all sorts of different types of deals out there that are happening, so I would just say do some research. Who makes professional stickers? You can always go to a local printer if you don't have a printer yourself. That actually works pretty well. Because my printer is not exactly the absolute best for the images, as you probably saw in the other video, I decided to print things up again, and also I kind of wanted to get better quality of stickers, so this is kind of cool. It just shows what you can do with this company and what they can make. So they can make iron-on transfers, image transfer stickers. Those are brand new things apparently that they can do. Also clear stickers and decals, tattoo application, which I think is kind of a fun one. I did a DIY tattoo video, so if you guys want to check that out, definitely do so. There's a window decal, which is also kind of neat. So it's like vinyl stick-on clothing labels, wall decals, floor decals, dry erase application, patches application, that's kind of cool, and car magnets, so that's kind of neat too, if you like car stuff. Anyways, I'm just gonna put that aside. So what I did was I made some new stickers, and as you can see here, I made some jam ones, so I thought that they would kind of go nicely with some of the stickers I already experimented with. If you don't know what I'm talking about with my experimentation, I would say check out my part 1 of this video. It is kind of long, there's a lot of experimenting going on, but I put a lot of digital stickers in that one when I was editing it, and I feel like it's pretty fun still. So just because it's long doesn't really mean that it was super boring. Just for context, I feel like it's a good idea to just check out that video first if you haven't yet. So these stickers, so I made a grape version. They all say the same thing. These jam ones is basically you're my jam, because I just thought they'd be kind of a positive one. And they all have like a blue backing, and they all have like a peanut butter sandwich just hanging out. I just sort of decided to change the jam flavor or scent. So that's a strawberry one. So there's grape, strawberry, and I made a peach one. So I didn't make an orange one, even though the orange worked out okay, just because I would probably have to do marmalade or something, and there's really no marmalade puns that I can think of. If you can think of one, maybe put one down below. So I ended up just printing off these guys again, but I sort of did a different background, just because if you notice in the original video that I had a yellow background to sort of contrast with the purple in the image because it's a complementary color. But because it's a complementary color and because the purple, when I was doing this, it sort of stained the image itself, which is fine to bring out more purpley tones in this design. It didn't really look good on the background because the yellow background looked more brown, because like if you put the two complementary colors together, it makes a brown color. So it didn't really look as nice as I wanted it to. So I figured magenta makes nice bright purples. I figured it was a nice color to have in the background, and it's just a little bit lighter, just in case I go outside the line when I'm doing stuff. So I'm going to show you a few different methods I'm going to do in this one as well. I also did pink, so something that's a little bit contrasting but not too contrasting. It's more of a monochromatic scheme, red and pink, and this is like a brighter pink, and this is almost like a purpley pink, as you can probably see on the camera here. I just did this guy like that. I did almost like a yellower minty color because it might be almost a yellowy tinge to do like the orange as well. So I can still do the orange if I wanted to here. And then there's this peach. It's the same sort of concept, has like a bit of a yellow in the background, so it's not going to stain something that's a contrasting color. So the nice thing about these stickers, they're nice and big, number one, which I think is really cool, but also the actual sticker quality itself seems to be pretty decent. It's fairly thick, and so they're all kiss cut, so I might actually just take off the backing just to work with them a little bit better, just to reveal the wax backing. But also I still wanted a matte finish just to make things a little bit easier for me to just grip the surface when I'm embossing. It is almost a slippery, shiny surface. I'm hoping things are going to work out better in this one. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, I got that. I thought that they were super cute. I got that in the mail. Just want to show you something else that I got in the mail to hopefully help us out to make these stickers a little bit easier. So I went to scrapbook.com, which I don't normally order from them because I find it's a little bit more shipping for delivering to Canada, but they seem to have some stuff that I wanted, so I just went there. Apparently this was handpicked with care by Andy from scrapbook.com. Thanks, Andy, if you're watching. I don't know if you are, but thank you so much for packing this up for me. So I'm just gonna take all this stuff out. I got this for free. It's a die for making a tag, so you can make tags easily with this. I like this part. Also, it comes with this cool image, so you cut this out and make a little nutcracker tag, and my brother's really into nutcrackers, so I figured that'd be kind of fun for Christmas time or something to make something cool like that for him. But it has a thanks die, which is always good to have in your stash, a flower die, a star die, so they're very small ones, and then this is like a small file tab, which I think is really cool for if I'm going to be filing my stickers. But yeah, this is just the top of a tag and a fancy top to your tag, so you can sort of attach that onto whatever strip of paper you've got, which I don't know, I thought this was a nice free thing to get, so I got that. That was just what they were giving away at the time. So I got this. It's like a new embossing watermark ink pad. We're going to try that out in this video. The other one, we're starting to get low on ink, so I'm going to try this. It's called Pink and Maine, and we'll see how well that one works. So with this pad, I'm going to use this. I basically bought this just for this, but I could use these for a lot of things in the future. It's like fun little circle stickers, like embellishments that I can put on things. This is kind of neat too. If I wanted to, I could also use this to give almost a really cool embossing effect. I'm just going to stamp entire things of embossing powder onto my new round stickers. I wanted something that was a little bit more solid than the random one that I had in the last video. I got that. Scrapbook.com was the only place I could find those clear stamps. I also wanted to try these distress embossing pens, which I think are really neat. I've just, again, never tried them before, so this is like a two-piece set in case one of them, I guess, dries out. And I'm going to try to use this on my old stickers that I used in the first video. So these are kind of nice for doing more exact embossing with your image. Draw over top of exactly where you want to put the embossing. I think these are going to come in handy for this project. I think this is actually what was recommended when I looked this up in the first place from this blog. So I got these guys and the recommendation of that blog that I was using. Hopefully those ones work out really, really well. I want to see if some of the images that I did, like the gingerbread, the cinnamon roll, and all that sort of stuff, if that's going to actually turn out a little bit better because it's a little bit more exact embossing. I probably should have printed professionally those particular ones, but because they're kind of a bit of an epic fail in the last video, I just didn't really want to waste my money just in case. The fruit ones were the ones that seemed to work the best. Had good scent payoff and also a clear thing so you could see the image a little bit better. It was just the grape one that was a little bit tricky. So I just wanted to show you guys what we have to start off this video. So before I begin doing anything with these stickers, I just wanted to take off this. People normally weed this stuff when they're doing things with vinyl or whatever. They haven't actually taken this off, and I kind of want to have the stickers easily accessible. So I've done most of peeling off the backing so that things are a little bit easier to peel. I still have two of these just to show you what I'm trying to do. So I'm doing this super grateful one. Just sort of peel this. It's very satisfying. You just peel this off. Shows that the machine did a pretty good job, because I thought that I was going to have to cut around stuff with an X-Acto knife. And I'm just going to just balling this up. I'm going to do the peach one. And there we go. And then you just toss this out. And now you can just easily peel this off the backing. The backing is actually pretty good quality, sort of plastic material. I really like it. So I cut these guys down. I just have 2 that I'm working with at a time, but I'm not going to subject you guys to watching the magic that is the embossing powder changing with the heat tool. I'll just show you what happens after it's dried. So I just opened up this Pink and Main embossing and watermark ink pad, and I haven't really opened this yet, but I think I'm going to use, I feel like I want to use this one, to be honest. Pretty excited to use this new stuff. Whoa, this seems like really good heavy duty stamp. It's great. So sticky. Woo, nice. So I'll try the Distress inks for the original stickers that I did. I'm gonna try some cozy stickers with that. Right now I'm just gonna try this guy with the fruit stuff. I have my piece of paper here just so that I don't get too much on my surface. I'm just gonna stamp pretty much right in the middle here. Whoa, slipping and sliding a bit. Oh, it's very slippery. I guess I got a good amount of ink on here. Didn't really stick right in the middle, which is so fascinating. Okay, what I might do, if that's the case, I might actually break out my Distress inks. So I'll just use one of these Distress inks. Okay, so I'll try that. I'll do the same thing with this guy. Well, anyways, I'll give that a whirl and I'll heat that up and see if it does anything. Oh, there you go. That's sticking a lot better. That's looking a lot better. It's a lot more evenly distributed. Woohoo! Who loves peach jam? I'm not a big fan of jam, to be perfectly honest with you, but I love making jam tarts, like an English jam tart. They're so good. It's just basically like pie crust and jam in the center, and you just sort of cut it to fit your muffin tin. Oh, so good. Honestly, I like love jam tarts. I used to make peach ones and strawberry and raspberry, and oh my god, just all the jams. Well, this is kind of nice now that I have some better equipment. And this seems kind of like a juicy ink pad, so that's kind of nice. Hopefully these will look a lot nicer in the end. Oh wow, that looks pretty cool so far. So it's nice now that I know that I can do this. I can do a few at a time before I give it to somebody, especially if I know what kind of scents people like. I don't waste my time with making a whole bunch of stuff, and then I can just give them their favorite scents. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do something with the heat tool, let it dry, do like a scratch test, and I'll show you how they turned out. One thing that I'm gonna do before, that I didn't do in the original video, I have this kind of fluffy brush that hasn't touched paint or anything like that, brand new, like a mop brush I think it's called, and I'm just gonna dust off the areas that aren't supposed to be embossed or have embossing powder, because a lot of the embossing powder does sort of fall between the stickers. So I'm just gonna brush that onto this paper. Might be some stuff on the back too. And then if you want to, I would say, because there's going to be powder everywhere, wash down all your surfaces when you're done with everything. I'm going to wash them down after I heat everything. Don't want to consume any of this. As you guys recall from the first video, hopefully, all of this is very toxic and dangerous when it's in the powder form. So that's basically that, and I'm going to just throw this out. So I basically finished this yesterday. I let them dry overnight. They look pretty good. You can actually see through them. And as you can see, there's a bit of a texture, so it's perfect for scratching stuff. I also tried to get as much powder off as I possibly could. I don't want anyone to just be eating that powder. That's gross. But yeah, they turned out really cute. And the grape even turned out really great. A lot more see-through, which is awesome. feel like the professional stickers are kind of the way to go, with one caveat, and I'll show you that in just a second. So here we go. This is the caveat right here. So this is towards the end. I think there's 2 left to go. I was using the heat tool. You can sort of see it here. I tried to press it down a little bit so it's not as noticeable, but this is going to be an experimental one, I guess. I think I put the heat tool a little too close, and it was also right near the end, so it was quite hot. I hadn't given the heat tool enough breaks because I did all of these guys in one shot, and I was trying to do it as quickly as possible. I did try to move the heat gun back and forth, but it did bubble up. I think there's too much heat. So this material will bubble up, just a warning. I used this silicone mat to heat everything on. I still used this guy to grip this. I actually kind of gripped the backing and then I just heated it that way. I heated it on this mat, and this mat, even though it's silicone, it sort of bubbled up a little bit. It went back to normal and flattened out real easily when it cooled down, but I just found it bubbled up in a weird way as it was being heated. So you might want to get something that's silicone that is actually pretty good at being heat resistant in order to do this stuff on. So there's a couple of things of equipment that I still don't have, I guess, that's fully good. And again, there's a few things that I can still learn from, but I think for the vast majority of it, I got this pretty much down. Okay, I put the silicone mat away. So I can take these out. These are unscented stickers of the original ones that I made for the first video. So these guys are already done stickers. I just want to try these guys with the marker. So I'm just going to take my Distress Ranger embossing pen and just mainly go over. Just make sure I'm getting all the right areas. This is the only thing that's affected. There you go. So it's just a little bit over the lines, but that's okay. That'll look good, I think. Just gonna wipe off just so that the embossing powder doesn't stick and burn the actual paper itself. So that's really cool. Gingerbread's done. Let's do some chocolate. I'm just gonna do the areas that look like chocolate. I mean, I could do the whole thing, but I just want to make sure that the chocolate part is the one that's affected, because it sort of makes things a little bit chocolatier looking when it's embossed and done. So that's gonna look cool. When you're brushing things away, try not to brush away the actual area that you want. So now we've got just 2 left. So we'll do the on a roll one. So that guy is full on cinnamon. So that's going to be the darkest. So what I'm going to do instead, because I really like the icing showing, I just want to have this part affected. I don't even care if it goes on the mouse. Oh my god, it's so cute. And then this is the last one. Gourd Vibes pumpkin. I could do the whole pumpkin and stuff too. Well, I guess I could do both. I love this marker, honestly. It works out so nicely. You can get really detailed with this. So it looks like there's a bit missing here. I'm just gonna, I don't like to do this go in afterwards, but just so I can get everything. Okay, so there you go. There we go. And I'll put that aside, and then I'll use the heat tool and then heat things up and then show you the aftermath of that. I basically just cut my things in half because I had 2 of these side by side, and then I piled them up so that all the jam are together and then the separate fruits are together. A lot of them turned out really, really good. These guys actually look pretty decent. I'm not going to scratch these guys and sniff them. I'm just going to put them in a little baggie, but they look so cute. But anyways, I think that they're really, really cute. I am going to package this stuff up. Put those guys in there. You guys about the same size, maybe a little smaller. I think they'll fit in there. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna cut this down slightly. Just fit in there. So yeah, so I'm just gonna put a little bag topper on after I package these guys up, and I'll show you that, and then I'll do a little sniff test on some of the ones that weren't as great. I had a few screw ups here and there, a little bubble, so a heat resistant surface would have been kind of a little bit better, I think. Heat resistant vinyl sticker would have been a little bit better to actually purchase. I didn't expect this to heat up and bubble, but those are the breaks, I guess. I'm gonna show you guys the packaging in just a moment. Okay, so this is the packaging that I did for the Scratch and Sniff stickers. stickers. So I did 3 different things here. Fruit scents, the jam fruit scents, and then the cozy scents. And then I just doubled them up on here because they were fitting on smaller bags. Luckily they fit pretty much this whole 8.5 by 11 sheet. And then on the back side of the bag topper, I put made with real fruit drink powder for the fragrances, toxic do not eat. So hopefully people will read that. Sticker scent, strawberry, peach, and grape specifically. That's the jam one. For the fruit scent one, there's an extra orange one. So it's pretty much the same thing. Then for this one, I put same sort of thing, made with real spices and chocolate drink powder for the fragrances. Toxic do not eat sticker, scents, and then cinnamon, pumpkin spice, gingerbread, cinnamon, and ginger, and chocolate. So that's that. And then I put them down. I accidentally folded this one, but you just fold them like this. You can be fancy with this if you want to. You don't even have to do this and go this route, but I kind of wanted it to look semi-professional. And then I cut out this. It's like a tag hanger die. I have this little die that cuts out tags, which is really cute. And it almost like has like a stitch mark all the way around. This whole pack has a couple of those, but this one's the smallest one. And then it's got a whole bunch of other really cool things, something similar. I just decided to choose that one. So what I've been doing is I've just been putting this on here, and then I'm lining things up, stapling 2 staples into this bag, just one on each side here. Like that. And so there's the fruit scents. So I have a whole bunch of fruit scents that I made, jam ones, and I also have just one of the cozy scents. And then these guys, what I wanted to show you was sometimes when you're doing the dye stuff, sometimes things shift around and look like they go sideways like that. It's not the end of the world, but it doesn't look super professional when that happens, but it's okay. I didn't want to throw this out, so I decided to use it anyways. So basically that's an extra one. I feel like everything turned out really cute. That's my packaging. And I only made a few, but I can always make more. Anyways, I hope you guys like that. And they turned out a lot more professional than the last time, I think, anyways. So I'm not going to do a sniff test on everything, just mainly the 4 fruit scents, because I mean, the jam's pretty much the exact same. I just had more casualties with these ones, so I figured I will just use these as testers. We've already did a sniff test in the previous video with the original scents. I just wanted to try to see if there's a difference with these, just the stickers themselves. The reason why I'm not doing the cozy scents is we're using the same paper and everything, but I just want to know if this paper does anything and makes some sort of difference. Also, just wondering if having an actual stamp for this does anything. I just wanted to smell the strawberry. Oh, smells pretty strong already. Straight out of the gate. Okay, just didn't expect that. So I'm just gonna see if it smells stronger if I scratch it. Kind of hate scratching them, but these ones are already ruined anyways, so it's fine. I feel like it's pretty much the same. It smelled kind of nice right off the bat. I'll try the grape. The grape actually looks pretty good. It was really hard for me to pick one, but this one was the most purple one, I guess. It might have the most scent payoff. We'll see. I actually don't smell it very strongly, so let's just try it. This will be a shorter test than the last one I did. Oh yeah, that smells really strong. Love it. Okay, so the grapeful one works really well. Okay, let's try the orange one. Don't really smell that straight off the bat. Too much. I smell slightly, but not too much. Let's see if the orange one did well. Oh yeah, I can smell that one. Ooh yeah, it's actually quite nice and fresh. So the last one is the peach one. Can't really smell it, but I find peach is a more faint smell. I don't think I scratched it very well. Let's try this again. Yeah, again, it's more faint because I find peach in general is kind of more of a faint smell. Anyways, besides the casualties, I feel like these look a lot more professional than the original ones I did. You guys be the judge, but this is how I feel anyways. So yeah, it turned out pretty good, I feel. It was just a few hiccups, as you saw in the video. Doing things quickly and doing a lot of stuff with the heat gun, it just doesn't seem like a good alternative. I think the matte vinyl that I purchased probably wasn't really heat proof. If there was like a heat proof vinyl I could have got it printed on, that would have been good. I thought this was going to be super matte finish. It didn't seem like that. I was hoping for that. It seemed a lot more plasticky than what I was working with originally. So I feel like the paper kind of worked a little bit better. It burned slightly in certain areas, as you probably saw from the other video. It really wasn't that bad though, especially if I did a small little area. The embossing pens were really good. I appreciated having those. I think those are really helpful. So if you're gonna purchase anything, definitely try to purchase something like that, especially if you just want a little scent on a specific portion of your sticker. That's just my personal opinion. I'm wearing a cherry shirt even though I didn't do any cherry stuff. I like the look of cherries, but I don't like the smell and the taste of some cherries. I like Rainier cherries. I don't know if you've ever heard Rainier cherries. They taste a little more like plums. They don't really taste like cherries. And they're really an interesting look. It's almost like an orangey, yellowy kind of look to them. I didn't even know they existed until my husband told me about them, and they're normally gone in our grocery store really quickly. I like those kind of cherries, and I like the look of cherries, but actual cherry fragrance and taste, especially faux cherry stuff, I really don't like. And I actually have a lot of friends who don't like the smell and taste of cherry as well. So I know I'm not alone in this. And if I'm going to gift people, I want to gift scents that people prefer. I have another friend who doesn't really like the smell of watermelon, especially fake smelling watermelons. So I steer clear of that. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun though to make these stickers. I really enjoyed making them. I have them here. I really like the bag toppers too. I feel like those turned out pretty good. Actually, also have a lot of people in my life that don't really like jam, but I just wish I could have done a marmalade and like have a marmalade saying. I just couldn't think of anything good. But if you guys think of anything, let me know in the comments below. So yeah, I really like how this turned out. By the way, if you really wanted to protect the bag toppers, you could probably get more of a shiny paper to work with as well. Or you could potentially laminate this paper afterwards when you're doing your bag toppers, and that will give it a layer of extra protection and also a little extra shine and fun. Just an option. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video if you guys want to make some really fun, cute, and unique crafts. I'm your person to watch, so make sure you also hit that bell icon and make sure you're notified. Just so you guys know, this might be the last time you'll see my face for a while. I'll probably pop up here and there, but it's just mostly going to be videos about my hands. I just wanted to remind people that that's going to be a thing in the future, so hopefully you don't miss me too much. It's just a lot easier to honestly not put my makeup on and do all that stuff. It's a lot to dress up fancy for these videos. I'm more of a casual, chill person when it comes to dressing now. I used to dress to the nines all the time when I was younger, but now I don't really care. I just want to relax and be cozy. So yeah, I'll try to keep my hands looking nice if I can for you guys, and hopefully you guys don't mind seeing that a little bit more. I think that's pretty much it. So I hope everybody has a really sweet day and take care, okay? Have a good one. Bye!